Welcome back to the Urban Garden Initiative's gardening series. In this series, we give you step-by-step tutorials of how to set up a garden. In today's video, I'll be going over how to plant your seeds and transplant your plants. Make sure you follow the Urban Garden Initiative on their YouTube channel so that you can stay updated. The first step to container gardening is making sure you have the right size container. Check the depth and width of your plant to know how big your plant is going to be when it's fully grown. A lot of this info can be found at the back of your container or the back of a seed packet. Plants that are easy to grow in small spaces are tomatoes, lettuce, peas, radish, and herbs like cilantro. On the other hand, potatoes, carrots, Brussels sprouts, cauliflowers, and pumpkins all require a lot of space. Now that you've chosen the area you want to start growing your plants, it's time to start transplanting. The best time to do this is after the last frost, but before the summer heat. When you're transplanting from the ground, make sure you dig deep enough so that you don't cut off any roots. When you're digging your hole for your transplant, make sure that you dig deep enough so all the roots fit in. Also, make sure that the ground isn't too dry. If it is, spray it with some water before you put your plant in. Before you put the transplant in the soil, make sure you loosen the roots of the plant and shake off any excess soil. Also, from previous years, I know that the soil in my own garden doesn't have the best nutrients for the plant, so I made sure to cover up the hole with some gardening soil before I put the transplant in. Once you're done transplanting, make sure you water as soon as possible so that the plant's roots don't dry out. Transplanting adds stress to the plant, so it's possible that for the next few days it starts to wilt, even if you watered it. This is called transplant shock, and some plants are more susceptible to it than others. If your plant starts to wilt, try waiting for a few days to see if it recovers, and if it doesn't, you can try adding in potassium fertilizer, which helps with transplant shock. Instead of buying transplants from the store, you can also choose to plant seeds. Start your seeds inside if it's before the last frost, and transfer them outside once it gets warmer. When planting your seeds, make sure you don't put them in too deep. A lot of them only require an 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, so make sure you check the back of your seed packet so that you don't sow them too deep. Also, make sure you don't overcrowd your seeds. Think about how big they'll be when they're fully grown and space them out accordingly. If you're new to gardening, don't worry. Leaf lettuce, potatoes, radishes, tomatoes, peas, aloe vera, and sunflowers are really easy plants to grow. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you got some tips on transplanting your plants and sowing your seeds.